So I wanted to come on here and do this light little update right here involving Timothy Simpkins, and shout out to everybody who just took the time out to really digest the video commentary that I did on him a couple days ago, because some people unfortunately were jumping the gun with the whole thing and did not, wait until the whole thing came out about what was going on with him. And it was just like, wait until everything is said and played out and then give your take on it. So the update around Timothy Simpkins is that he has now been released on bail a day after the shooting went down. So this is just a rarity of events right here. It's rare because, the shooting involved, one, a black male. Two, when they apprehended him, they did not, take him out the way that many would assume they probably would have. Three, he released on bail the very next day. So he must have had a pretty low bail. And because I don't even think attempted murder was one of the charges he got hit with. Now, I assume that's probably what they were going to hit him with, but it's not. He actually got hit with a much lesser charge. I'm not going to say like a misdemeanor or anything, because this is beyond a misdemeanor, but I think it was some kind of an assault charge with a weapon or something, but it was not attempted murder. Because I think when the truth and the info started to roll out and saying that, he was bullied and he was trying to defend himself. Let's put it this way. He might actually have a chance of actually walking away with probably little to no charges attached to him. Not still saying that he won't get any jail time because the charges are still there, but he probably won't get the amount that many assume he probably would get. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is, one, because it's an update, but two, because you have these palm-colored people in and outside of the media who are just so-called staunchly outraged that he got released from jail after one day in there. Mind you, he posted bail. He got a bail and he posted it. Now, when it comes to them and there's a bail to be posted, and sometimes they get a low bail or a bail period for a much higher level crime. And when they get that, then it's no problem. Look at Kyle Rittenhouse. He did way worse than what he did. And, they kept him hidden for months before we found out. Like, we had to really dig to find out of his whereabouts. But they're going to literally hone in on this individual right here for a while. I have a feeling that they're going to do that. They're going to try to make him an example or a proxy at the very most. It's laughable when you think about it. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article and see what else they're talking about. The Texas student who allegedly opened fire at his high school, injuring 4 people, including a teacher, was sprung from jail on Thursday afternoon, as an attorney who joined him by his side insisted that the case wasn't a standard issue school shooting, basically meaning he did not come into the school with the intent of committing a mass shooting. He just had the gun there for protection. He probably had no intention of using it. It's just that it just happened because the people that were bullying him was messing with him, and he had enough. Timothy, and I'm glad that, I have my issues with mainstream media, but I'm glad that they are making sure to iterate that he did not come to this school to commit a Columbine or do a Dylan Roof or a Nicholas Cruz. I'm glad that they're not putting it out there that he's trying to do something like that, because he wasn't coming in there just to kill random people. He didn't want to he probably even want to use the gun on the bully that day, but it just happened. Timothy Simpkins, age 18, who attends Timberview High School, will report to home confinement after he posted a $75,000 bond at Tarrant County Jail. That's $7,500 at 10%. Mind you, he posted this bail after being in there for one day. So either he has some people that donated to him rather quickly, or like the story goes from the previous video, he comes from a well-off background, which plays off of what that lady in the video was saying, that the people were jealous of him because he had nice things. So to me, this young man, I should say, he doesn't have I guess you can say, typical, stereotypical black background, if you know what I mean. I hate to say it like that, but y'all get what I mean. Simpkins, who was wearing a blue baseball cap and graphic t-shirt, didn't answer questions from reporters as he was escorted from the jailhouse by two relatives into the back seat of a white Mercedes sedan. As part of the conditions of his release, he will also have to submit to drug and alcohol testing and wear a GPS monitoring device. Civil rights attorney Kim T. Cole, thank God it was not Ben Crump, because when you see civil rights attorney, you think Ben Crump, who spoke on behalf of the family, blasted reporters outside of the jail for portraying the dangerous incident as a standard issue school shooting. Exactly. See, they keep trying to make it seem like he went in there with the intent to kill or just shoot up the school. That was not his intent. He was using it as a self-defense mechanism. He did not plan to use it that day. It just happened because it escalated to that point. I mean, we all saw the video. He was literally getting beat up and thrown around the classroom like he was a rag doll. Like anyone who has two eyes and two ears could see and hear that a mile away. But of course, mainstream media is going to try to play it up like it was much bigger than that, because that's what they're known to do. There are numerous school shootings that have occurred across this country which are tragic. All school shootings are tragic. However, in this situation, this was not someone who was just out to go and shoot a school and had made up their mind and said, you know, hey, I'm upset and I'm just going to shoot anyone I see. That was not the situation here. So I request the media to correct the narrative with regard to what happened and that you will all respect the family's privacy. A spokeswoman has claimed that he acted out of self-defense after being robbed and targeted by bullies. Footage on social media allegedly shows Simpkins getting into an altercation during class with another student that escalated to gunfire Wednesday. The fight was broken up and the two students calmed down, but then Simpkins pulled out a firearm from his orange backpack and fired several shots that struck 3 people, according to an arrest warrant Thursday. Calvin Pettit, a 25-year-old English teacher who jumped in to break up the fight, was shot in the back, suffering broken ribs and a collapsed lung, according to police and his family. The other victims were identified as Zacchaeus Selby, Iyomofe Olawepo, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that name, and Parisa Altma, according to a bond document obtained by Dallas News. Police have said a 15-year-old boy was in critical condition, while a teenage girl who was grazed by a bullet had been discharged from the hospital. And one of my subscribers had said that they had heard about one of them dying, and I said I didn't hear anything about them dying. I wonder if the one that's in critical condition that they just talked about is the one that they thought died. Well, as far as we know, all of them are alive. It's just that one's in critical condition. I will say this though, for his sake, he better hope that the one that's in critical condition can pull through, because if that person does die, despite this being them pushing that this is a self-defense thing, they're going to push it even higher. If this person dies, it'll probably be up or moved up to something like an involuntary manslaughter type of thing, because it's not like he went in there with the intent to do it. So it sounds to me, in the midst of all the commotion, he probably blacked out. And when you black out like that, you shoot wildly. And anyone that was probably coming his way, he just popped off on. Because like I said, when you black out, you see nothing but darkness. It's almost like you're blind to the world at that point, and you go into a blind rage. And then his adrenaline was up because he just got out of a fight that he wasn't winning, by the way, with somebody else. So when you're fighting, your adrenaline is up, your heart is racing, your blood is pumping. It's a lot going on. You really can't think in that moment. And then he went and got the gun. All he was probably going after was the target of the person that he was fighting with. But then he saw others, and he probably saw the bully's face on those people, and just pop, pop, pop. Not making an excuse for what he did, but that's just, I'm trying to it's almost like I'm trying to enter into his mind right quick to try to get, a feel of what he was going through in those moments. The fourth victim, a pregnant woman, was injured in a fall during the shooting, but received medical care on the scene. Simpkins was charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So there it is. So no attempted murder or anything like that. But like I said, he just better hope that the person who is in critical condition pulls through. Otherwise, that aggravated assault is going to move up. the aggravated assault will be there, but then one of them will probably be involuntary manslaughter or something like that. And that will probably increase more jail time, because like I said in my other video, he's probably going to get some jail time. He won't get a lot of jail time, or he shouldn't. But if that person dies, they're going to add on more time for sure. But yeah, like I said, Palm Colored, y'all are funny. Y'all up there getting mad. Why is he getting released and everything? Like, listen, he paid the bail that was there. So by law, if it's paid for, they can't hold him. Meanwhile, you have others. Y'all know what I mean when I say others, who are able to walk away unscathed and sometimes, have a lower bond. But it is what it is. But I'm going to try my best to stay on top of this story, because now I think I'm kind of invested into it. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments.